Namaste friends, welcome to my channel. If you like, please share this video, subscribe if you have not already, and share it to your friends and family. Today's topic is a little interesting, more interesting than other topics that I've been dealing with. Many times this situation comes in our life very frequently. If you club the domestic and official both, every now and then you are required to say no to a situation, no to a proposal, no to something, some loan, some advances, going out with somebody. I've seen that, yes, this becomes very common, where you are stuck. Either you say no in a very flat tone, which is harming, and or you succumb to the pressure, and despite all your other engagements, you have to go with that person, take that issue which you are not feeling like taking. So I recall one story where I was myself a subject in that conference, and there was a professor from J&K University. She had come, and the topic was hidden in our group of companies training session. And when it was exposed to all of us, I being the junior most in that group, the topic was how to say no without harming the sentiment of the person. So we thought that, for 2 days, how this is going to work out. But anyway, I was the junior most, so I couldn't say anything. I had to be there sitting at the back. See, the session started, and this lady professor started the subject that what are these situations and how critical it is to say, to reject or refuse, to say no without hurting the sentiment of the person who is proposing it. So this caught up that kind of speed and pace that during the whole day we did not even think of going for a lunch break. And then in the evening we realized that despite all these long sessions without lunch, without tea break, we were just not exhausted. We were just feeling very good, very fresh, because it was appearing as if there is something more very crucial and valuable added to our treasure. So, being the man from marketing, this valued a lot to me. And I thought that today, let me put a little, stress on this, and tell you that how to say no. So this will be a slightly bigger video. I am sure you will enjoy this. When somebody says in your house or outside that let's have a cup of tea, and you just had the cup of tea half an hour before, you're not feeling like, but then and you're not very much fond of tea, but the way the person is proposing, you are not wanting to say no because you don't know how to say no without disturbing his thought process. So, for example, only there are so many, n number of topics, n number of ways that the people propose, and you got to reject or maybe refuse or say no. But this way, you can always say, this is how we were taught. You could always say it is very tempting to have a cup of tea with you, but I am afraid it is slight acidity is there I am having, and I think that it will further aggravate. So can we have the tea after some time? And this covers the entire scenario. You have not done anything wrong. You have proposed an alternative to what was proposed to you, and the person also doesn't take ill of it. and the situation passes. Then after half an hour, 30 minutes, who bothers? That moment is gone very peacefully without yielding any kind of problem into it. Likewise, you are wanting to go to a cinema hall and you don't want to go. Somebody is saying to go to cinema halls to watch a movie, and you have to say no. I mean, the purpose of saying this to you is that please think about it. How best can you answer if you have to say no? And in deciding how best can you answer, the most important thing is that you upfront don't have to reject what comes to you. Like in one of my videos, I had suggested the Almighty God has given the freedom to choose the response. And that freedom which you take is not available to any other, animals or plants or whatever. It's only for us human beings. And when we use that freedom, we come out with an answer, with a suggestion, which is perfectly all right in that situation. And you realize that yes, it passed off very. So there is no tailor-made, example for this. You have to keep this thing in mind, that immediately upfront, no is not going to work. I mean, it is going to create some dent somewhere. And as an enlightened person, our job is what? To lessen the problem which are possibly there at your doorstep. But because you give a little thought to it, that problem withers away and you sail smoothly. So whenever there is such proposal which you are not interested in accepting, then take your time, a minute or so, and while not rejecting that proposal upfront, you come out with a counter proposal, sort of counter proposal, not a direct counter proposal, but it may appear that you accepted it. You were wanting to do it, but because of this compelling situation, you are not in a position to say yes to it. I am sure you will realize that the sweetness, the attachment, the tone of the relationship, everything is maintained without hurting anybody's sentiment. So this to begin with. I do not know if you would be interested in going further into this topic, but my friends, if you really want me to elaborate it in my next video, kindly let me know in my comment box, and I will certainly, because there are various examples and various ways to say no without hurting the sentiment of a person, and we, all of us in our lives, day-to-day life, come across this situation where we have to say no, and we are either taxing ourselves by succumbing to the pressure or saying no, which is damaging the whole thing. Therefore, please do write a comment, and if you like this video, share it with your friends. Kindly subscribe also. I will be feeling highly obliged. Thank you very much, friends.